This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
So obviously inflation's a thing. Costs are going up. Prices are high.
Is it ever going to end? Are we ever going to see inflation come down in my lifetime?
Probably not. Probably not. I don't think that that cheeseburger is going to get any cheaper. But the good news is, if let's say you're fixing up your house, you're getting ready to sell, or maybe you just want to live there for a little bit while longer, but you don't have the funds to update a bathroom. There's some cheap things you can do. One you were joking.
Change the shower curtain?
Change the shower curtain. Oh, my Lord. Please, people, if you're having a real estate agent and you're showing them around, just change the shower curtain before you go out. I don't know how many nasty shower curtains I've had to touch because I'm having to look into the shower. But
so changing a shower curtain will do what for you? Obviously,
changing the shower curtain. I mean, it's just improving the overall condition of the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too expensive.
Not too expensive.
Buy one online.
Buy one online. Get it on Amazon. Go
or
to
Temu.
Go to where Temu.
What?
I'm like anti-Temu.
You are?
They're basically
that's just you never tried it.
No. You're right. I have not tried it, but I know people who have, and it's like they're just stealing. It's like the people selling fruit on the corner of the streets.
Yeah.
Where did they get the fruit? They picked it at the orchard. They didn't, and then they put it in their car. And now they're selling it to you.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. They didn't pay for the fruit and then resell it.
I don't understand how you're relating that to Temu.
So Temu is just a bunch of stolen products.
You think so?
Absolutely.
They've stolen where did they steal the products from?
Or they're knockoffs. So like, for example,
they're knockoffs. I wouldn't argue with that. I think they're cheaper versions of things.
So like unauthorized reproductions of things.
I wouldn't say it's that.
So Ryobi, tool manufacturer, they have all these batteries and stuff. There are Ryobi knockoffs. Like, they look like Ryobi. They're even adaptable for Ryobi. I met a buddy. He recently bought 2 batteries. The batteries typically would cost somewhere between $80 to $100, depending on the specials that are running. For one battery, he was able to pick up 2 batteries for $15.
There you go.
Each. So $30. $30 for 2.
Good for him.
And so it's just a knockoff. But what gets me fired up is one of the reasons why those tools are more expensive is because Ryobi has put in the time and effort into employing people, testing the batteries, creating new technology.
These aren't the exact same product. These are cheaper, not as good quality versions of that.
To me, the existence of Temu is like stealing.
So get a shower curtain. Just don't buy it on Temu because it's probably stolen goods. You could go to jail, according to Johnny Jennings.
Go to jail.
What else can we do to our bathrooms that are affordable and not going to break the bank?
So a big thing is that many people overlook is the fixtures. So whether it be the light fixtures or the faucets, right? Or the where's the water come out?
The faucet.
No, out of the shower. What's that called? Spigot.
Sure.
I don't know.
The shower head?
Yeah, the shower head.
Okay.
Updating those. Something to keep in mind is, yes, darker, like matte black tends to be more in style. But if you have hard water or if you're not going to keep it clean, it's easy to get the water spots on it. So stuff like that. You don't have to go out and totally replace the vanity, totally rip out the tub, but maybe just updating some fixtures, putting a new shower curtain in. Okay. Easy ways to give your bathroom a facelift.
You have to redo the flooring.
And here's the thing. The thing about bathrooms is they can get pretty gnarly. Right?
Sure, because they get used multiple times every day.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of moisture in there.
You got moisture. If you have kids, if you have pets, like they see a lot of wear and tear. You probably wash your car more than you wash the bathroom.
Oh, absolutely.
And so just doing a deep clean on the bathroom was gonna pay huge dividends if you're looking to sell your house, or it's just part of the basic upkeep. Like, the biggest issue I've been running into lately with homes, and I don't know if this is just because things are more expensive or people's budgets are tight, is a lot of deferred maintenance. Like, a lot of deferred maintenance. Fences, roofs, exterior siding. Like, if you're going to treat this as an asset, treat it as an asset. Like, you have to invest in it. You have to maintain it. If you're just riding it out and not doing anything, if you're not, painting it every now and then, having inspections done, servicing the AC and the heater, like, it's going to cost you more money in the long run. So just please service your stuff, so then you can sell your house and move on to a bigger and better place, maybe.
Right, maybe a Disney community. Did you hear about this?
So, I've heard rumors about it.
Disney is opening up a luxurious community in the Coachella Valley. And It's pretty intriguing. Each of our communities, they say, is going to be a unique offering for our residents of lifestyle and amenities, something I would say nobody can do like Disney, is what they're saying. They'll have private beaches, kayaks, they'll have paddle boats, and they're taking in the animator vision of a home that was created in Incredibles 2. They're going to build real-life versions of the Parr House, and it's just going to be amazing. They're going to take in all of the imagination and creativity of the Disney engineers and animators to create a private community. I think there's going to be a lot of people that want this. You have those Disney fanatics who go to Disney multiple times a year. They spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
They are engrossed in Disney. When you go to their house, I have a friend who's like that. You go to their house, they've got Disney decor in their house.
Weird.
And they're all about it. They definitely sign up for something like this. They would love to be engrossed in the Disney community. And you don't like it.
You just feel like you're living in Disneyland? I don't understand the allure here.
Well, one of the appeals of going to a Disney park is you're escaping the real world. You're going into a theme park that's, just full of fantasy and laughter. That's why they call it the happiest place on earth. There's so much negativity and garbage in our world these days.
That is not
people
the happiest
want to
place.
escape. For you, maybe it's not, but there's a reason why they're making a lot of money down at these theme parks.
I think,
and why they're continuing to raise prices, because the demand is so high. And so there's people that want this. Whether you don't want it or not, they want this, and they want to escape the real world. And they want to live in a community where everybody's a little bit more positive and joyous, and they can escape into the Disney magic that they've created. And so there's going to be a lot of people that's going to want this. And aside from the Disney theme, though, think it's a gated community, if you will. It's got its own private lake. It's got all these amenities.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing that honestly irritates. So I'm not a big Disney fan. I don't understand people who are grown adults. Like it'd be like me hanging out at Chuck E. Cheese. Do you like Marvel? It'd be like me hanging out at Chuck E. Cheese. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's weird if you see, like, if I was to throw a bachelor party at Chuck E. Cheese, that would be weird. but to me, it's the equivalent for people that go to Disney. If you like that, whatever, it's your thing. But the thing that really fires me up about this Coachella thing, we just had like massive fires in Los Angeles. The fire hydrants didn't have water. The reservoirs didn't have water. But yet in the middle of the Coachella desert, they're going to create a man-made lake.
24 acres.
That's ridiculous. Come on. Where's this water coming from?
Disney's got money.
Yeah, Disney on Ice is going to just, drain into the thing. So
they're just pouring bunches of Avion water.
Avion, yeah.
No expense spared.
Pellegrino.
But, come on. If there was a community, maybe it's not a Disney themed, but something that you enjoy. Maybe it had a whiskey and cigar theme to it, or a John Wayne, because you're a big John Wayne fan.
I am a big John Wayne
fan. If it had some type of theme that you really were passionate about and enjoyed, and it was a gated community where you're going to Cabo to a resort, right?
Yeah.
It's that resort feel. People love going to resorts where it's all inclusive and you just relax and you enjoy yourself. All the amenities are at your fingertips. That's what people want.
That's what people think they want.
They want to live like they're on vacation every day of the year.
That's what people think they want. And then you know what? Then after I leave the all-inclusive resort in Cabo, I come home and I'm like, man, it feels good to be home. Well,
what if home was literally, 100 yards down from where you were relaxing on the beach?
I don't know. You're out in the middle of nowhere. I think you're going to be secluded. You might create your own little groups. But I would also be, with these newer communities, like a Disney-themed community, I would also be very curious about resale value. So, let's change it. Let's change it was a John Wayne community. Okay, and I bought I was the first phase of houses in this John Wayne community. What's that going to look like when I go to sell it? Or if I die there? I think these are 55 pluses, right? The Disney
No,
thing?
I don't think they have an age restriction on here. It's 2,000 homes right now, plus a hotel. So you'll be able to have guests. And the starting range is upwards of $4 million to get into this community. Well, yeah.
That's insane.
Well, Disney is expensive.
Disney is expensive.
And you're paying for this exclusivity, this private resort. You're only going to have 2,000 homes there.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, it's a town. It's going to have
with
its own
resale.
town center. So
That would
there
help with
you go.
resale.
Yeah.
Well, it
it's
needs to have
limited.
its own town center. It's in the middle of nowhere. They're like selling it like it's
Well-
like a benefit, and it's like, no, we need that.
No, yeah, they do. They need it to be in the middle of nowhere. You don't want to have it in Riverside or in Roseville. You want this to be away from everything. That's the whole appeal part of it.
So it's a $4 million second home.
I guess. Oh no, my bad. They start from you can get one around $1 million.
Okay. So for the
Single family homes start in the upper 1 million range, with villa estates starting in the upper 4 million range.
villa estates, that does sound cool.
There you go. See,
but-
come on, you got a John Wayne or something that you're passionate about, and it's themed. I think people want that. They want to escape.
I don't know. I disagree with you on the escape thing. Like that fires me up. Like,
You don't think that's healthy for people?
I do not think that's like. What are you escaping from?
From all the negativity and stuff going on in this world.
But yeah, but we are living one of the best time, if not the best time, in the history of mankind to be alive.
How do you define that?
Look at the.
You
so I
think
have
we're
two little
happier?
boys.
Because research has not said that we are happier than our grandparents. Are you saying that we?
I'm not saying we're happier, but I'm saying what we have is we have more, and all this
Sure.
what this community is promising more of stuff that's already not making people happy.
Okay.
And so when I look at my little boys, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm so thankful that they're healthy and that they're they're okay, but that wasn't the case 50 years ago or even 100 years ago. Like
Sure.
it's basically guaranteed if you're giving birth to a child, that child is going to live.
Right.
And then there's a very low likelihood that child's going to die when they're a baby. Right? That did not exist 100 years ago.
Right.
Hot water did not exist 100 years ago. AC, cars, like the modern medicine that we
Right.
have.
Sure.
The standard of living that we have is better than what the kings of old had.
Right,
And
okay.
so we have all of this. So what do you really? We have food. There's so much food. Like
Right.
people like. If you go out behind any restaurant, there's so much waste. If you hang out at a grocery store, they're having to get rid of all this food. That food was planted, it was watered, it was harvested,
Some
it was
of it.
transported.
Depending on how processed it was.
Well, like I'm talking about vegetables.
No, I get you.
You know, like
I hear what you're saying.
like that, and then it was transported across the world into your local grocery store where you can buy it. Yes, it's more expensive than maybe it's been in the past, but still relatively affordable. What are you escaping from? You right? Why do you have to pay
Just
$1 million?
all the stuff that's going on in the news, and crime, and politics.
Yeah,
and
but that's always been. But that's. I mean, think about it. World War II.
then why is there a need to go on vacation then? If everything's so great, why do you need to go on vacation?
Man,
Why do you need to take a trip to Cabo?
So that's a good point. That's a really good point. I'm not a big vacation guy. I like quality time.
There you go.
I think quality time is good.
So maybe that's what this is. They want to provide quality time away from all the stuff. I don't know.
For clarification, the trip to Cabo is the only vacation Valerie and I are taking, and it's the only vacation we typically take in a given year, and it's a work trip.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
The morning, it's about real estate and
Because you
seminars.
probably wouldn't be taking it if it wasn't.
I would not
trip.
be going if it was not a work
Right.
trip. And so I'm not saying whether that's good or bad. It's irrelevant. It is what it is. And so I don't want people to think that I'm just like cruising to Cabo and taking a week off. Like this is a work thing.
Hey, everybody deserves a vacation. Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
Like where is that?
And there's different levels of vacation. We should have. You don't think we should have time off from our jobs?
I think you should have a day of rest. I think you should have a day of
Other
rest.
than that,
and
though,
I think
we don't need
there
a
should be
vacation?
some major like family holidays, religious holidays, whatever it is. But I believe people are happiest when they're productive. And when you are contributing to society, whether it's making a financial contribution into your own bank account or whether it's volunteering your time to help others, rather than escaping to a desert in the middle of nowhere with Perrier water, right? I think if you showed up in your local community and had dinner with a bunch of friends at a local restaurant, I think that would be, and did that regularly, I think that would produce more value and more happiness in a person's life. Instead of saving up a bunch of money and flying to Disneyland, what if you saved up a bunch of money and took your family to Italy? It would be somewhat comparable in cost, but then you're getting to experience another culture.
Sure.
You're getting to see sites. You're getting to see historical sites, and not freaking Cinderella, like 18-year-old Cinderella, doing her job. So.
All right. Well, if I'm able to afford one of these homes, I will not invite you to be. I will not put you on the guest list.
That's okay.
I know you're out.
That's okay. Yeah, I might show up.
But interesting. It's an interesting concept. I think we're going to see more of these. I think in the future, I think we'll see more of these
more themed
communities. I think the interest is there. I think you'll have Universal and all different types of companies seeing. Well, let's see how this does. It'll be interesting.
Disney's
to see
the only one that I can think of that would pull it off. Like, who goes to Universal Studios? It's like Disneyland. Oh,
sure.
Can we hit up New Universal Studios? No, we ran out of time.
Don't you think like a community like the Sun City communities, don't you think that's similar?
Those are based on building community. It's not based on, it's based on, here's a bunch of 55 plus people in a similar stage of life.
Yeah.
And what happens in a lot of those communities is they meet for breakfast every day.
That's what will happen here.
They do that, but
just Mickey will be invited as well.
Yeah,
and
Mickey.
The pancakes will be the shape of Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse's head. Yeah. So anyway, I think communities built around community have a long-term, value proposition rather than something built on a fad.
Okay, cool.
So
well, there you go. Two different sides of the coin.
Two different sides. Where do you land? Let me know. Chime in on the chat.
So you think all realtors are the same? You think Johnny is no different than your sister or your cousin who does it part-time, maybe sells one house a year? Well, there's a difference with Johnny Jennings and his team at Made for More Realty. There's a reason why they've been voted #1 team in Roseville for the past 3 years, why they have about 1,000 5-star Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Go check them out and find out how you can get at least 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. No need to do showings, open houses, organization, repairs, 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. So just Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home.